Hi guys, welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video, and this is the final video of Irish Month. And I don't know if I saved the best for last, but I saved the two that were most important to me for the last. So I've told my whiskey story to you guys before about how I got into whiskey, my first experience with whiskey, how it wasn't a great one, Jack Daniels, and how for years and years, probably to my middle 30s, I couldn't drink whiskey. I just couldn't do it. And what got me back into whiskey was Jameson. And I started out, picklebacks, shots, and then drinking Jameson on the rocks when I went out with my wife, and eventually into drinking Jameson Black Barrel on its own, which I reviewed earlier this month. Check out that video. And that's, my kind of daily go-to Irish whiskey is Jameson Black Barrel. But so far, my favorite Jameson Irish whiskey is the 12-year Special Reserve. And it is, to me, it's on a different level, of course, than regular Irish whiskey. Now, I just reviewed Redbreast, all four spots, some really nice whiskeys, some really top shelf, fantastic Irish whiskey. But this one, it's just nostalgic for me. This is like the fancy Irish Jameson whiskey that means the most to me. And when I really started collecting whiskeys and really getting into whiskeys a few years back, when I found this one and tried it for the first time, it was pretty much love at first sight, because it's Jameson enough to be nostalgic for me, but it's fancy enough that it feels special. And so for me, this, up until this month, has been my favorite Irish whiskey, Jameson 12-year Special Reserve. So let's nose it, taste it, see what we think, and then we'll move on to an even fancier Jameson whiskey that I've never had before. For some reason, with this whiskey, of course it has that biscuity, buttery, Irish shortbread biscuit note. But for some reason, when I nose the 12-year, that biscuit comes across as like warm, fresh out of the oven. It's not just a biscuit. It's my mom just baked it. It just came out. And it smells amazing, and butter is melting on it in front of my eyes. Behind that, there's cherry, there's jam, there's like preserves that we're about to slather on that biscuit. There's cream. We might dip it in that cream. I don't know. But it's good. It's incredibly fruity for a Jameson whiskey. I don't know if you can find a 12-year near you, but if you see one, highly recommend you grab it and try it. Let's dive in. It's not... It's funny, after having tried the spots, it's not super complex. It's not probably going to win in a blind against some of the red or the blue spot. It may not win in a blind against a Redbreast 12-year. But for me, this is like reliving when I first started collecting whiskeys. It's just nostalgic for me. On top of the fact that it's just freaking amazing. So, I love that. No denying. I love that. But I wanted to compare it to the Bow Street 18-year cask strength Jameson Irish whiskey. Has a cool little metal front plate here. 18-year cask strength. It's got a cute little dangly bit on the neck. And underneath, in the very bottom, there's a challenge coin. And it fits right on top of your Glen. So, it's pretty cool. It's a beautiful bottle. The packaging's phenomenal. It's a little better, nicer packaging than the 18-year normal. Just, having it be the Bow Street, they had to really up it a hair. This was actually, if you guys know anything about Irish whiskey, Jameson's original distillery was on Bow Street. Now, Middleton, which is what Jameson is now way, way, way too big for their tiny little distillery that was in downtown Dublin on Bow Street. So they've moved to their new, enormous, state-of-the-art facility. And Bow Street, they do tours, and it's, kind of a tourist attraction for the original distillery for Jameson. Now, what's cool about this bottle is these casks were aged at Bow Street. The rest of Jameson is not anymore. It's aged at the new facility. And so I'm super curious to see how this compares to the 12-year. Now, of course, it's cask strength, so there's going to be a bit of a difference. Now, I can't remember. The 12-year is only 40%, and the Bow Street is 55%. So it's going to be an enormous difference. So I'm excited about this. Now, if I sent you guys samples, clearly you should have gotten them out and be drinking along with me. Slipped my mind to say that earlier, but I hope you're doing it now. Bow Street. Oh my God. Oh, wow, what is that? Super dark. It's like a really dark raspberry compote with some spicy, like allspice, a little bit of maybe cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, caramel, but like still hot, drippy, freshly made caramel. It hasn't even set yet. That biscuity note is completely hidden under these other darker, richer, more complex notes. That's ridiculous. Cherry, vanilla. Whew. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Wow. Touch of spearmint. Super creamy, super fruity, like raspberry, strawberries and cream. It's like a fruit tart. The biscuitiness of the bread layer underneath, or the crust layer, the creaminess, the fruit, maybe blueberry even. What the? Oh my God. That's ridiculous. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Jameson Bow Street is on a whole nother level. Wow. Wow. I'm really impressed by that. I'm kind of sad to see Irish Month go to an end. A little bit sad about that. But you know what they say. All good things must come to an end. So, it is what it is, you know. We celebrate Irish Month. We remember. We do things. You come in the middle of my video and interrupt me. Ruin everything I'm trying to do here. Just come in with phone chargers. Most important thing. Just walking in the middle of my video. Kill my vibe. Dang. Kids. What the heck, dude? Oh, I got some in here. So anyway, as I was saying, Irish Month comes to an end. Till next year. I mean, it'll be back. It'll be back. Everybody calm down. It'll be back. And then, you know, if I come across some cool new Irish stuff that I've got to try throughout the year, I'm going to try them. And we'll have some fun with that too. But till then, this is over. Kind of sad about it. So, we see this year out. I was trying to think of a toast to do, and I can't think of one. So I guess I'm just gonna say that I put too much in this glass. Yeah, that's gonna be a mess. But you know what? Screw it. To friends, those with us, and those that have gone from our lives, until we meet again.